Yeah. Yeah. Yo, we back. Coming strong. Another minute, another hour. We're going to give you about an hour. Just pure fun entertainment. That's all this is. Just having some good old conversation. And this is a little something that's different. Just so y'all know, it ain't always about hair with me, man. We got life. We got life to live, so we just can't talk about hair. But what we can share is everybody's story. And so today, I'm sharing a story of a man named Chad. If y'all don't know who Chad is, y'all done seen Chad before, but y'all just don't know that was Chad. Y'all done seen his stuff before, but you just didn't know he was Chad. He just like a popular nobody, I guess. So I guess it was only fitting that popular nobody bring Chad to the Apex podcast because guess what? It's about that time, you dig? So I ain't even gonna say no more. I'm a intro him after I cut this music off. Matter of fact, let's dwindle this down a little bit. And so, quick story. I met Chad a few years ago. As I'm bringing this music down, I met Chad a few years ago, man. It's crazy how the universe works, and it's crazy how the universe keep people connected. And so I got a phone call, and it was like, yo, can you come up to this hotel to do a haircut? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And you know me, I always carry my camera around. I always had it with me. Can't be a shooter without a shooter. So I kept it with me. And so I was at this hotel doing a haircut. And then this dude walk in by the name of Chad. So Chad pull up, and I'm like, man, this dude, he fly. I'm trying to be fly like Chad. And he pull out some stuff, and he start whipping up. And I said, man, what this dude over here doing? And lo and behold, Chad is getting my man ready. And what I mean by getting him ready, he was putting them suits together for everybody in the room. So if you can't put it together by now, Chad is a fashion. I can't even say designer. He just everything. He just do it all. So I'm impressed. So we're going to bring Chad in, and we're going to let Chad tell his story. We just going to have some good old organic conversation. So, man, let's bring my brother in, Chad. Even though he white, he's still my brother, though. Chad, what's up, big dog?
What's goody, bro?
Man, you know, just sitting here acting silly, bro. Man, how are you?
Man, I already know. Man, I'm good, man. Living a life, bro. Trying to get like you.
Man, you ain't trying to get like me. Well, obviously, you know, championship stuff is on the apparel for today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to get like you, man. I see all them good fabrics and jackets and all of that stuff hanging up back there, man.
Yes, I got some stuff back there. Some stuff that's in the other closet over here too that ain't nobody really seen. Actually, I do need to bring. Actually, because I need to bring this
he
out.
going to the closet on us. He about to pull out something.
No, just because you just reminded me, I need to take that out before I forget. I'm not, because I know myself. I'm going to forget. So if I didn't do it right this second, I was gonna forget. I need to send that out to actually who connected us this week. I gotta send that out to us.
Hey, you know what?
I probably don't have.
When I make
man, don't be modest. You can say who it was.
Hey, man, when I make it big, bro, I'm gonna just pay you to do all my clothes.
Man,
that's
I'll be glad to do it.
That's just what's gonna happen, bro. I already sense it.
I'm here. I'm ready.
I'm already
ready now.
I'm already big, but I'm not talking weight. I'm talking like status in life. That's where I'm at. I in status in life in my head, I'm there.
Oh, 100. Yeah, exactly. Speak that shit to existence already. That's the way it's got to be. It's already there.
Dinner plate, I'm there.
I'm right behind you with my plate, dude. You know, like a motherfucking like a buffet, or like you in a cafe at school,
man.
And then you over there eating to them, like, hey, bro, me too. Let me get that too.
Hey, was you carrying the tray, or did you just do double plates?
Nah, I had a tray. I had a tray.
Yeah, I had a tray. Ain't no trays.
Nah, I had a tray. I was an athlete, bro. I needed to stay healthy. Motherfuckers had me eating specific things, except for like pizza days. There was some days, bro, I just felt like spending $2 and get some pizza or something. Those are my favorite days.
Yeah, pizza day is always a good day. Hey, I just
Man.
became a fan of pizza not too long ago. I think,
What?
yeah, bro. Me and pizza never really got down. I just felt like it was pointless food.
I'm trying to register that right now. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I literally now, and I have days where I be like, yo, I want some pizza. But then before,
Yeah, but I'm weird, bro. I love pizza, bro. Like I be wanting that shit like randomly, and then when I have it, I be only wanting like 2, 3 slices. I'm like, all right, I'm done. But I be
yeah,
wanting that shit bad. But then after 2, 3, give me 2, 3 slices,
you
it's
done
over.
with
I'm
it.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. I don't want it no more.
right,
Unless
man.
it got some 5 cheese sticks, then that's cool too.
Little Caesars always. I don't care how
Oh,
much money you make. Little Caesars is forever like that spot. For $5, you're gonna get that good
$5.
pizza.
Man, I used to work there too. That's crazy.
You still eat it even after you work there?
100%. I just had it the other day at my homeboy crib. Had stuffed crust and everything. See, look, you can have stuffed crust Pizza Hut for the good dub 20, 25, or you can have Little Caesars stuffed crust cheese for like 6, 7.
And see, people think always you got to pay for the higher price to get the better food. And Little Caesars is a perfect example. They pizza way more fire than Pizza Hut and Domino.
I don't know, dog. I don't know. I love Pizza Hut, but for the price, you can't beat Little Caesars though. But
Hey,
Pizza Hut my favorite,
I don't like
hands
Papa
down.
John's, bro.
Pizza Hut. So, pay the man. This is not sponsored, by the way, by Pizza Hut or Little Caesars. So from now on, you can edit that and just say beep beep beep. We can edit it or something.
Yeah. They ain't paying us enough. We paying them. We
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
get
yeah.
pizza coupons sent to us.
Fact,
Hey man, let's
facts. Remember back in the day, those little circles?
the
Did you ever have those from
little
school? You know what I'm
yeah,
talking about?
yeah with the square pepperoni.
Yeah,
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 come
no,
on.
yeah. So I'm saying, like in school, like my middle school back then used to give us like these little circle things. That's like you know how you gotta like sell chocolates and all that.
Yeah.
So if you had like sold a certain amount, they gave you like a little circle thing. And it would have like Pizza Hut, Papa John's. It would have like all these little things like Kids Zone, all that, and they had like little coupons and shit. I would always be trying to get a Pizza Hut one all the time because I'm just stuck up for stuffed crust. That's my thing.
I know what
Again, this
to.
is not sponsored.
Hey, bro, I know what to send you now.
Fat man, hold up, dog, chill, man. I'm trying to get fit into my old suits right now. So, that ain't gonna do it.
Hey, man. Speaking of you from Florida, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's something about Florida people, man. Either they really cool or they really crazy. You seem to fall on the
yeah.
really cool side. You know what I mean?
I'm on cool stuff. Yeah, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, so I'm born and raised here in Miami. And yeah, like I guess you can say, bro, there's like dudes who just crazy and just stupid, but you also got some good people that's out here too. I feel like that's any and everywhere. Um, but actually, like some places it's like bougie. Like where you and I linked up, LA. I feel like LA is just hella bougie nowadays.
Yeah.
And
Super.
it's hard to find good people.
Super, bro. And for me, I left LA. Come down to
Yeah,
the south of just I like it better here. I think even for me being from LA, this is still like the perfect place for me because it's peaceful, bro. When I first got here, I was like, yo, this is peace. Like this is home right here. You know what I mean? And so how was that like, bro, growing up in Florida?
it was cool, bro. Especially out here in Miami, I loved it as a kid. You know what I mean? I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. Like we were the only white family in the entire, bro. I don't know, blocks. As long as I knew. So growing up, it was cool because I got to um be around different cultures and stuff too. So for me, I didn't really see anything and understand anything until like the whole melting pot. When I got older, I was like, oh, okay, I can see now why people call Florida or just Miami overall a giant melting pot. Because as I got older, I was like, oh, okay, I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. I'm now growing up and I'm seeing Cubans are moving in and all these other cultures and things and diversities as growing up and going into different schools and stuff too. Like, it's dope, bro, because you learn a lot of things, and it kind of sucks for other people that are like, let's say, Midwest. They don't really get
Mm-hmm.
to experience a lot of different cultures and lives and things of that nature as well too. So I feel like me growing up here in Miami was a blessing. It was good, it was great, still is. I'm thankful. But it was fun, bro. Everybody has their hardships and stuff too. So it was something that I was glad to experience growing up here.
Just in like the entertainment world, Miami seems to either get this party side or they get the negative first 48 side. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's what and then like the whole era of the U, like that was like Miami at its finest to me. It's like college football popping and you hear about this over here, but then you got to make the wrong turn. You ain't coming off of that street.
It's really like that. Even like back then. Nowadays, not as much, because of gentrification and all of that. But growing up, like, so I'm an '89 baby, and then growing up in the '90s, you really saw that a lot. Like, even just in my neighborhood, bro, like, it wasn't the best. Like, I remember growing up, hearing gunshots. First time ever seeing coke, things like that, like on the ground, like in the little baggies and stuff like that too. And I remember when I was, I want to say like 12 or maybe 10, between 10 to 12. I remember one time with like one of our friends, we going to the beach. They made a wrong turn, and that was my first time seeing an area that was worse than mine. Area growing up, like I saw like the hood for real, in the Grove, and back then the Grove really wasn't what the Grove is now. So yeah, it's we here in Miami, like, yeah, across the bridge, and it's like you just said, make one turn and it's a whole different world. Like first 48, that shit for real. Pork and Beans projects, yes, for real. That's literally like the block over. It's crazy, bro, because you literally can be on one side, you cross the bridge, and it's a whole different world too. Growing up back then too. So yeah, that shit really crazy, bro. That shit was weird.
Yeah, man.
Weird.
That's what and then you think about it, like the college football scene, they was known, like Miami was the first college team to really embrace hip hop culture by letting Luke, like every time you think of the U, you think of Luke. You know what I mean? And then it was like, yo, that was a crazy, like, growing up, even for me, even though on the West Coast, Miami was like that college football team that you always heard about. Like, cause it was just one of them, they was live all the time.
Yeah, it was live all the time, bro. I remember even me growing up going to those games, bro. Fucking the Orange Bowl, bro. The Orange Bowl is so iconic, so iconic. I wish to this day they never tore that down. But it was just such an energy growing up over here too with that, and then just being able to relevate and be relevant from football, college, and then to be able to make that connection with hip hop, or even just kids in the inner city. I feel like that alone was able to build bridges together that people didn't fully understand, and I think it actually had a huge connection and a huge relevance in how college football is played today.
Yeah,
I think people still look up to
the
them
U.
boys back. Yeah, like
think about
how they
it.
played, like no care at all or nothing.
Hey, think about it. How they brought the defensive chain out, and now everybody's doing
doing something. Yeah, so every one team may have like a crown now. Like
it.
another team will have, you know what I mean, like a jacket, or like I think it was like Louisville. Somebody had like a cane, like, but nobody was doing that except until Now everybody wants to do it now. You know
Even
what I mean?
Snickers.
So,
Snickers took it to the NFL.
Snickers, that's
They
right.
got the Snicker chain for the player of the week. Like, it's crazy just to see how Miami culture in college sports can actually tailor a lot of other areas that we look at in our daily lives.
100%. 100%.
Bro, so for everybody listening, my man Chad is out of Florida, Miami to be exact. Rest in peace to the Heat. Sorry, I had to just say it one time. My bad, bro. But Like, how do you like talk about your upbringing? You know, you said you played sports when we was talking about pizza. So how did you go from playing sports? And I know, and mentally, every kid be like, "Yo, I want to play sports. I want to do this. I want to do that." And then now you go into fashion. How did that happen?
So it's so the bro. I'll never forget. Like when I first started doing what I was doing, everybody was like questioning, like how, like what, Chad? Like how you what? Like you just asked how you go from being an athlete to what you're doing now. So growing up, bro, like as I said, like predominantly black neighborhood. So I was always playing baseball all the time. And then one day, like one of my friends was like, "Hey, bro, like just," they knew I was pretty fast, so they were like, "Man, come play with us." And my mom back then, she wouldn't let me play. She's like, "No, you're gonna get hurt. Stick to baseball. Blah blah blah." All right, whatever. So then one time I went and I played with them, and then the coach had gave me like a helmet and some pads, and he was like, "All right, go ahead. What position you want to play?" I was like, "I'll play receiver." All right, cool. Play receiver. Have me block. First time I hit somebody and it felt good. He was like, everybody cheered on. I was like, hold up. I can hit somebody and not get in trouble with it? Like, and it's encouraged? Oh, I'm down for this. Because I was good at baseball, bro. I really was. I had teams literally fighting over me, bro. But the thing is that at that young age, it's pretty boring. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So football, when my friends were like, yo, come play with us, I would always be going to baseball. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's whack. So then when I first time hitting somebody, I was like, oh, this is lit. Oh, yeah, this is where I'm going. So I continued to play football. Played football throughout high school, went play college. Long story super short, I actually got hurt my freshman year in college. I was actually paralyzed from my neck down. And my disc 2 through 9 was damaged. So I did my therapy up there. Then I came back down and to finish my therapy down here. And when I went back up to Iowa, we got a new head coach. Buddy was actually for real racist. He didn't actually like players from Florida at all.
Y'all was too
So
much like the U.
we had 32 guys from Florida, 7 or 8 of us from like South Florida. So from Miami, Broward, Deerfield Beach, we had dudes around here. So the furthest south he would go was Georgia. He specifically didn't like Florida cats. Something about us, bro. Like you said, we either cool or we crazy. So, so,
That goes to the
yeah, man. I
ladies
finished
too.
my facts. Um, it's addicting though for them. But so yeah, I finished my therapy here. Went the doctors was like, yo, you'll never play again. When it comes to football wise and whatnot. So someone tells me I can't do something, I'm just gonna do it. So I went, played one more year, and played one more year, got another out of the 4 years, came back home and had to help the family out. You know what I'm saying? Things weren't going well with the family, so I was like, let me just forego my last year, get a job, help the family. You know what I mean? So all throughout this, growing up, I've always had a passion for clothing, like men's fashion, men's suiting, things of that nature. And I remember specifically watching my grandmother sew. Like she would always sew my blankets. She would always sew some clothes here and there as well, to quilts all the time. So I remember that's always like stuck in the back of my mind. I would always see her doing that. So as I'm working, I worked at a wine store, and I went to one of my friend's parties, and it was a James Bond thing. So everybody had to be suited and booted. I went and bought a suit real quick. Something that I was like the like slimmest that I can have. And then my friend, he actually got his suit made by this gentleman. His name was Tim. Went over there, met Tim. He introduced me to him. And I was like, bro, like he told me that he got his suit made by him. I was like, man, I was like, look, I've always had a passion for this. I've never known anybody or met anybody that actually like does like custom suiting. Mm-hmm. So he thought I was bullshitting, basically. He thought I just wanted like free clothes or whatever. He's like, all right, yeah, here's my email. Email me. Bro, I emailed him, John, I emailed him at least 3 times, almost 4 times a day. I was blowing him up.
Yeah,
So I would work
hey,
from
that's that
2.
hunger, bro. That means you was
Yeah,
passionate.
I really wanted. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I really wanted to. So he finally responded like, "Look, if you serious, um, we have an internship available." I was like, "All right, cool." So I worked from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. down south of 152nd in Miami. That's down by the zoo, and then I would drive to Ball Harbor, which is about like an hour and some change. um, get there. I would work with him, learning how to measure properly, how to sew. Bro, literally, he taught me everything. And I would be with him till about like 10, 11, sometimes 12 at night, drive back home, go to work at 6 a.m., do it all over. I was doing that for 4 months. And then finally, he brought me on. And it was like, you know what, I think it's time, we'll hire you. So I would still work both jobs at that time. And
Nice.
then yeah, that's kind of how it started. And then from there,
It just
it's a
took
whole
off.
different story from there too. Yeah, well, so then like after working with him, we worked for this company called A&B Bespoke. We had an office in Miami and Bal Harbour. They had an office in South Africa and New York. So they were like, look, your first client, who's it gonna be? It needs to be somebody that can afford these things. I was like, all right, cool. Happens to be one of my friends who I played football with in high school was Lamar Miller. He had just got drafted to the Dolphins.
Bro, wait,
So
hold on 1 second, bro. I cut Lamar Miller's hair.
oh, you cut him too?
The year he got drafted, the NFL, I was contracted with the NFL. So the year he got drafted,
Yeah.
the NFLPA, I was there at the NFL rookie experience. And so they brought me in just to cut all the rookies. And I got a picture, I swear to you, me cutting
Ah,
Lamar Jackson hair, bro.
that's lit. See, look, connections. That's crazy.
Man,
I didn't even know that.
me either.
Yeah, so yeah, see, I'm saying I played with him too, so that's crazy. So I've known
Yeah.
him since high school, and he and I are still cool to this day. So he saw me like recently had like started like posting pictures of me wearing suits and things like that. So he reached out to me. His was the first suit that I ever did. First guy I measured, first client ever. And then when I actually went to go measure him, do the second and third fitting, the final fitting, after all the alterations are done, it was perfect, bro. He literally did not take that thing off. And see his smile on his face, and to like you literally see somebody's posture just be a little bit more erect. And you see his girl who he's still with now, the smile on her face, like that to me is when I knew, all right, this is what I wanted to do. And it's still something that I genuinely have a passion for to this day.
It's a hell of a
And to be
feeling.
able to, no, it really is to be able to bring somebody that joy, that light, when something is made for them and it fits them how it should be. Um, it's not too tight, it's not too loose, it's proper.
Yeah.
It's literally a second skin. It's something that I love, and it's fun, bro. Because at the end of the day, it man, it's like a new person. Each
Yeah.
person's body is like a new piece, like new canvas. Same thing with cutting hair. If you get a new person, it's different head shapes. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta tailor
Someone's
that
head
thing.
might be more round. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Gotta
So
tailor it.
worked with him, made him a few stuff. Then the next year, Jarvis Landry got drafted to the Dolphins. He saw his stuff, my stuff with Jarvis. I mean with Lamar, and then Jarvis, his brother reached out to me, Gerard, and then ever since then, I've been doing Jarvis ever since. And
I think I know
from
that
there,
guy
that's when
too.
it really took off. Yeah.
I think
So
I know. I think
and
I met
then
Jarvis before.
yeah, that's how we met. Yeah, the ESPYS.
Yeah. So for y'all that heard from the beginning, the client that we both was sharing at the time was Jarvis Landry. I was called to cut Jarvis for the ESPYS, and Chad was in there getting Jarvis and Gerard. Everybody in that camp fitted and suited, and I think that's still one of my favorite pictures, bro. Is the one I took of Jarvis sitting in the spot, and even in the elevator. I got one that's cold of him in the
Oh yeah,
elevator.
the elevator one is cold with the glasses.
You know what
You
I
should have
mean?
came with us. One thing I've always wished is that I wish you had came up with us with O, and flicked everybody up with O. That would have been a vibe.
Yeah, you know, and
So
that, and
I had to get we had to rush and get O dressed because O was trying to get dressed too.
yeah, and you know what's funny? I cut O2 when he
See?
was rookie premiere. I was there for O. That's how I actually met Jarvis. Was at the
Ah,
rookie premiere. You know, and so it's
Man.
crazy, bro. It's crazy how this whole thing works. But um, it's cool that you said the how you made people feel impacts what you do on a daily, on how you tailor suits, and you not only said that the person but the people around them to see they face. And like you said, I got some pants from you, you know. I got a few pair of pants from you, and I don't even want to fart in them, to be honest. Like they so cold, bro. I don't even want to poop. If I go to dinner with the wife, I might make sure I don't eat nothing that's gonna give me gas, because I don't. Them things is nice. You know what I mean?
That's
But
why you gotta have, man. They proof. I'm good. You
they
good.
poop proof.
Maybe you'd have to do it and let me know.
All right, I'll let you
I
know.
haven't tried it.
All right, I'll tell you if they poop proof. That's a new marketing scheme right
Yeah,
there.
just let me know.
Hey,
Let me
these
know. I
pants is
mean, it
poop
is
proof.
waterproof, so they are
Might as well be
waterproof.
poop proof.
So they might as well be shit. You got a point. If they
Yeah.
waterproof, I guess so.
Man, you know, to me, it's always, I enjoy when I open my Instagram and I see you post other people that you styling walking into a stadium or just enjoying life, and I see that art come out, and I'll be sitting back and I'll be like, yo, that's hard. And you know, sometimes I message you, be like, bro, I need these pants, I need that shirt. You know, and one thing that I think most people don't realize, and this is what I didn't realize, you literally sent me a Dropbox link of two different patterns, two different everything, and was like, bro, just go through and pick what you like, and then let's go from there. So the whole side of like the development side of it, of how you let the people pick what they want and what they want to see from it. And to me, that was one of those things for me. I was like, I always been that guy that went to the store and just grabbed something off the hanger and said, yo, this is it. But then it don't fit right. And then
Yeah.
I know why now it don't fit right,
Right.
because when I got those pants from you, I didn't even know how extensive the process was. But you came into my hotel and you measured me from head to toe, like you was measuring my fingertips, and I was like, bro, what is this for? But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And most people don't get it, but for me, that's how I am with haircuts. I want everything to be in place. I want that person to feel the best. And I always say, as what we do, you're a tailor, I'm a tailor, but I tailor haircuts
Yeah.
and you tailor wardrobe. But at the end of the day, we're still cutting fabric. And what we're
Mm-hmm.
doing is trying to put a smile on somebody's face.
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
you know, nobody hair is perfect. Nobody head is perfect. Nobody body type is perfect. But I always say, you could buy the same suit from J.C. Penney's, but if you take it to a good tailor, that suit gonna look way more expensive than the one that didn't get tailored. And so after seeing that, it I put a whole new perspective on tailoring clothes
Yeah.
and what you do in the fashion and the way you put these patterns together. Where is some of that creativity coming from? Because you put out some dope stuff.
Man, I appreciate it. Honestly, bro, I would literally probably say everything is literally just coming from my grandmother. Like I still honestly have her sewing machine to this day. And it's funny though, because growing up too, like seeing the patterns and the plaids and things that she would always use, and especially with the quilts, she would always make the quilts with a whole bunch of different squares. And it's funny because to see that now portray into what I do is funny because I will go back if I go to like my mom's house or my dad's house, and I would like find a quilt and to see these little pieces of squares that she would actually like sew together, I would kind of like picture like, damn, hold on, like I put this with this and it's similar to what I'm looking at on the quilt. So for me, it's kind of funny that it's like a photographic memory in a sense where I feel like that is striving or getting spread from what she did onto me in a sense. Other than that, bro, other friends, like perfect example. You said how I do is I come to you and I I bring you into what I do. That to me is where you as a client are having a not only better understanding of what I do, but I'm bringing your creativity out because at the end of the day, I need to bring who you are as a person, as a human, your personality and everything of that nature out and relate to what I'm going to make for you. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and say, all right, yeah, here, this is what you like, great. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna bring you into my world, point blank period, guide you right here along with me, because at the end of the day, it's not only an experience, but it's the creativity that we're bringing together. So it's fun, bro. I genuinely love being creative with the people that I work with, because at the end of the day, like, I feel like, man, it's not fun if it's not equally involved. Not to say I have people who literally tell me like, hey, bro, I trust you, just make me look good. I'm like, bet, say no more. But other people, like, I want for them to experience it as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to go back to touch base with what you said, 100%, I tell some of my friends, like, who can't afford me right now, bro, I can still make you look like you can afford me. I can tailor the hell out of a JCPenney suit. Now, it may not last as long as something that's custom made, but at the end of the day, I'll still make you look good for the time being, 100%.
Yeah, you know what's funny, and this is what I feel, and I want people that's listening to understand this. If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's right.
Like, for the most part, you know. And for me, getting into the fashion world, just in the pants that I got from you, I never asked you how much they cost. I just said, bro, I want these is dope. You was like, bro, I seen them on you actually, and I was like, yo, I need a pair
Yeah, I
of
wore,
those.
yeah, the Navy ones I had,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, I need a pair of those, and I never asked you how much they were. And then when I seen the invoice, I had a frog in my throat. And I was like, ooh, I got to call the bank and ask them, can they up my limit for the daily spending so that I can make sure Chad get his bread, because I don't need Chad talking bad about me. But you know what I mean? But I do encourage like, men. Y'all got special occasions. Ladies, if y'all got a guy who got a special occasion, reach out to my man Chad and have him make your husband something, make him your little boo thing something. Let him put something together for him and make him feel like Shazam. You understand? Because that's important. Like I said, the pants that I got, I don't even want to wear them, but I know I got to, because I got to get all the use out of them. But
No, you do, man. I still need to get some flicks.
Yeah, I got the drip.
Flicks from you, rocking them too.
Yeah, I got a drip for you. I got a drip for you.
Say no more. Say no
But
more.
you know, how did you acquire other NFL players? Because for me, I work with a lot of baseball players, and typically how that worked for me is like, one guy will call me into the clubhouse. I start out with him, and then other guys come in, and then when those guys get traded, I always build relationships, not with like the managers of rappers, or I try to build relationships with the person that I'm actually cutting, because those are,
Right.
we sell emotions. We don't sell haircuts. You don't sell tailored suits. You sell the emotion of putting on a suit
Right.
by you. And so for me, that's how it works. Now, how do you acquire clients that's around the league that you haven't personally came in contact with?
Honestly, it's the same exact way. It's literally word of mouth. I don't have business cards. I don't do promotions. I don't do anything at all, because at the end of the day, my business card is what I've made for somebody. So for me, it's kind of hard to portray. Like, people like, you don't have any business cards? Like, you need any? I said, why? When so and so right here, right next to me, is my live business card. How can I portray on a card what my craftsmanship is? That's why Instagram comes into play now. Anything you ever see is just literally just through Instagram and word of mouth. That's it. So even the same way as you, when it comes to one player talking to another and then another one comes, that's literally how it is. Some guys literally will not tell the other guys who I am, though, because they scared. They're like, nah, like, they
Well,
gonna
this
want my
happened,
drip too. Like,
bro. That
yeah,
happens in my world too. Like, I could probably be way more somewhere else. You know what I mean?
no,
As far as,
100%.
but the guys will not tell other guys. They'd be like, "Yo, who cut your hair?" Oh, my man's. Damn, your man's got a
Yeah,
name,
yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah. No, that's real. Like, perfect example. One of my guys, Godchild, he cool as hell, bro. He played for the Dolphins down here. He always be plugging me in too. But when we had first started, even on the ground, like, he'll tell you if you ask him. If you ask him, but he won't like tag me or nothing on the gram. He won't do none of that. And at first I was like, dang, bro, like, why? And he told me, he expressed to me. I was like, oh, okay. And then I had made him a few pieces, and I started to understand because I had like 4 or 5 guys, literally probably within like 4 month span, like 4 or 5 different guys. They might have known each other, but they literally would show me pictures of what I made. Gosh, hey, I need this. I'm like, damn, I can't. He literally specified. He like, Chad, you see what you made me? Don't make it for nobody else. I'm like, all right. So I can understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you making something custom, you want it for yourself. You know what I mean? Same thing, you know, for like if you go on any blogs post, like perfect example, Pro Trending on Instagram, they'll do who wore it better or anybody. I'm not trying to be on that and wearing the same thing. Like if you go to a dinner, you see somebody else at a party who's wearing the same outfit, you like, God dang, man, like, you know what I mean? So when someone's having something custom made for you, they don't want anybody else to just have it either. You know what I mean? So it goes back to what word of mouth. That's literally all that it has, and I think it'll ever be. I think word of mouth spreads better than anything at all. And your face has to be golden with that as well too. You know what I mean? So you can't just be screwing people over or nothing, because if athletes world, man, everybody talks, everybody is close to each other. You know what I mean? So if someone's like, yeah, so-and-so did me dirty, that's gonna be spread around real quick.
You know what I mean?
Real quick. You know what I mean? So you definitely gotta make sure your A's and B's and all the way to Z's are on point, because that word of mouth in this world is strong. I honestly didn't even try to get into the athlete world. I try to separate myself from athletes, to be honest as well, because I want to have more lawyers and doctors and things of that nature. Don't get me wrong, I love it. Because I'm a former athlete myself, so I feel like that's a relatability that I have with, you know, in the athlete world. And, yeah, it's still keeping me connected, bro. Like, and another thing too, I don't care if you are an athlete or I got people who are just normal people asking me for things. I treat everybody as equal and as the same. I don't care if you're Bill Gates. I mean, that would be cool and great, but I'm gonna treat Bill Gates as I am Dominique, my cousin out here. I'm gonna treat everybody as equal and the same. So I guess that's how another way I've gotten into the athlete world or got more clients. I treat everybody as equal, bro. I don't get starstruck. I don't get, oh man, this is so-and-so, I gotta do this. Like, I treat everybody as equal,
pressure.
bro.
I think that add more pressure to your performance, because at the end of the day, you still got to perform when you cutting them suits and you putting them together and picking them fabrics. Like, you still performing. I think that's why me and you vibe so well, because me and you, like, yeah, man, I'm treating everybody the same, bro. I don't care who you are. I appreciate the opportunity. My work is good.
Oh, for sure.
And I believe in my work that when I leave, you're gonna come back. And that was a testament.
No, absolutely.
That was a testament to, you know, when I first met you, that was what, 12 years ago, maybe? It was.
Yeah, nah, it was like 8, at least 8 for sure.
Right. And then I get a phone call from the same person 6 years later.
In LA.
In LA for the same.
It was what, 2 years ago? No, it was last year.
Last year.
Yeah, it was last year. Yep.
For the same
and
awards.
It's funny because I walked into the house not knowing you would be there.
Right. You know what I mean?
That's what was funny. I remember seeing that.
So it's crazy how, like you said, word of mouth, but then just performing, just doing your job to the best of your ability, not worrying about who calling, but worrying about how you going to execute the call. And I think I think,
right.
You know, for me, that's something that I stand firm on. It's like, I don't care who called my phone. I just need to execute when I get there. I need to be professional when I get there. And I'm cutting hair and you next to me measuring up, cutting up. You got your Beats by Dre on, like locked in. And for me, I'm like, yo, that's what greatness look like to me. Somebody that don't care about the elements around, but just honing in and doing what they do. Bro, I peeped all of that. I peep all of that because it's like, that's how I am. Like, if I didn't have my profession, I got to talk a little bit more into, you know, to some clients.
Yeah.
you know, I'd rather put my earphones on and just zone out and create my art, you know? And that's what I pictured you when I seen you doing it. I'm like, yo, bro over there about to go spam.
Yeah, I remember that. I was up till like 4 o'clock in the morning finishing everything up, literally for the SPs the next day. It was funny because he never even wanted to go at first. And then super last minute, he decided he wanted to go ahead and slide. But I feel you on that. I mean, I feel like any and everybody has to perform no matter what. And I feel like actually that's why I have this tattooed on my hand. It's IMDFG. It's a affirmation. It's abbreviation stands for I'm destined for greatness. So with me speaking that into existence, it's always a positive affirmation that I'm destined for greatness. And I have that specifically on my hand to remind myself every single day. Actually, as I'm sewing, I need to be at my greatness at all times, no matter what. So I'm a firm believer in that as well, too. Like, you got to perform at all times, no matter what. And at the end of the day, bro, people are going to come to you no matter what. You know what I mean? So whether someone goes somewhere else and then comes back, they're always going to come back to something that is memorable, and they know, all right, this is for sure done right, or this is going to be done the proper way as well, too. Or somebody's going to go ahead and perform the way it should be in a professional manner. So I feel like doing that at the end of the day, it will get you a lot further as well, too.
Yeah, and we had a conversation the other night, man, about your prices being what they are, and people telling you your prices are too cheap. And like I said, if I don't want to poop in my pants, it might not be too cheap. But what determines the price point for you when you're creating your art?
So this is what me and my accountant argue about all the time. For me, I've always been, so there's a lot of people don't know, I grew up and there was times where I was homeless. My family and we were homeless. So I remember specifically going to our friend's house and literally sleeping on the couch at their house and, you know, other friends' houses. And then from there, we got like a trailer, slept in the trailer with a whole, like, you know, how the table pushes down and then it turns into like a bed and all of that.
Yeah,
So
that
I lived
RV
on,
joint.
yeah. So it's like a small little one and all of that. So I remember things like that. And I remember not being able to afford things. So in my mind, I'm like, I still want to be able to be affordable to, as I said before, normal people, but still bring that high-end custom and quality to everybody else, as you would from a 5,000 Tom Ford jacket. Same, I can bring you the same quality as it, but just a little bit more of affordable price. So the only thing that goes into it, bro, is not only is the time, the quality of it, but also the price of the garment. So it would be the price of the garment of what the fabric would be. I have Vicuna, for example. It's $7,200 a yard.
It sounds like an animal. What is that?
So it's alpaca. So
Oh,
it can range from like $600 to $7,200 a yard, right? So a normal person my size is around like four yards. So do the math. Let's say cheapest $6,000 a yard. It's $24,000. That's just for the fabric.
for some
Now we got it
alpaca?
for alpaca, bro. But bro, this shit is like they used to call it the fabric of the gods, my guy.
I
So
guess so.
so it varies, man. I mean, I try, like I said, bro. I try my best to be affordable for everyone, while still bringing a very high quality to the table as well. At the end of the day, man, like I said to you before, I'd rather have somebody as a long-term client for life rather than just hit somebody over the head one time for 10 bands. And in this world, I see that a lot, which is one of the reasons why a lot of guys continue to come back to me at the end of the day. They might go try something somewhere else. It's cool, it's good, but you paying a whole lot more money for the same quality you getting with me, sometimes better, and a better service too, for a little bit more of an affordable price. Not for cheaper, but just quality for the affordable price. Because like I said, I'd rather have somebody long term than a short term little quick bag.
And that's how I am too, man. When it comes to my haircuts for you know, celebrities and athletes and stuff like that. Like people be trying to hit dudes over the head, and it's like, bro, that's part of your customer service. Like, yeah, everybody want to get paid, but just because somebody so-called rich don't necessarily mean they want to pay more money for living the life that they had to work hard to get. Like, and I
Right.
and for me, sometimes I think in my industry, people go above and beyond to try to brag about how much they charge somebody, and it's like, dude, that don't mean you making money. That mean you made it one
That's
time.
true. Yeah, that's
You
true.
made
Like,
that bag one time. It's bigger than one time.
yeah, I'll give you an example. There's like so there's a couple like brands and stuff that have used the fabric I made your pants, right? They go for over 2 bands. Easy. Over
Mhm.
two over. Mine is half of that. Actually less than half. So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
yeah, so at the end of the day, like people think, oh man, you making all this money, Chad. I'm really not, to be real. I'm doing this because I love it. Um, and I have a passion for it. And I know and I firmly believe, bro, like it will take off. You know what I mean? Especially when I do my first ready to wear collection. I know, you know what I mean? So it's just trying to fight it. Kind of like, how do I explain it, bro? I want to be able to separate the two. You know what I mean? And be able to merge them at the same time. I want to be able to separate the people who are like using the same fabric but charging stupid high for no fucking reason. And then I want to be able to bring together the same quality and bring that to a little bit more of an affordable price, but it has to be that happy medium. You know what I mean? I want to be able to reach everybody.
What now? Explain to the people listening what is a ready to wear line,
Ready
because
to wear is like when you go to like a store or when you're shopping online and it actually is shipped to you instantly, things of that nature. That's ready to wear. Made to measure, bespoke, custom. Those are all things where it's obviously custom made. It takes time. It's one of one or one of five, six, seven, eight. It's fully custom. So those things can range from a suit for, like, for instance, some if you do, I mean, it can range, bro, from like eight 8 weeks, 9 weeks, to some things can take 10 days even. It all depends, like, on what the garment is, what the quality is, the fabric, as well too.
yeah, that's crazy. But it's the process. It's the journey.
It
It's the
is,
process.
man. You can ask any tailors if the fabric I made your pants, that neoprene, bro. Even some of my tailors that I have doing things for me when I'm traveling and stuff that I have on staff, man, they like, bro, they hate working with it because it's a pain in the ass to work with, bro. It really is
Especially at
because it
my size
stretches.
too, bro.
Yeah, bro, because it stretches so much in every direction. So you have to pull it this way and that way, sew it, and then pull this way and that way simultaneously. You have to pull it 4 different ways just to sew it, and each, like, it's a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, I appreciate the price I paid for them. Shit. I ain't even gonna tell nobody because people might be in my pockets right now trying to figure out. But yeah, just know they cost, and I got 4 pair. You know what I mean? And they dope. They just dope as hell. They dope pants. Now, for me, it's
Big
like,
man friendly.
yeah, they super big man friendly. And then we gonna test the
Facts.
poop quality. We gotta test the poop quality.
Yeah, let me know that. You have to let me know on that one.
Yeah, definitely. But so, what is your favorite fabric to work off of? Like, what is that one go
Honestly,
to?
neoprene.
Why is that? I thought you said it was the worst.
Well, yeah, for sure. So it's funny story. So I started working with neoprene bros back in 2012, 2013. Because I was actually diagnosed with what's called lymphedema. So it's fluid retention in a body part. So my lymph nodes, some way, somehow, they don't know why or how, they actually got damaged. So my lymph nodes in my groin are damaged. So when you're on my leg swells up like crazy. So if I'm on my feet all day, my lymph node fluid will, instead of circulating down and back up through your body, it'll circulate down and just sit there. My leg will swell up.
Mm.
So when that's happening, I couldn't really wear a lot of things because they didn't stretch. So I started trying to work with neoprene. Neoprene stretches in 4 different ways. So I started using that for myself because of that, because I needed something to actually stretch. So when I started to play with it and make it for myself, that's when a lot of people was like, hey man, those are dope. Like, and they hella comfortable. You can speak on that shit, bro. It's so comfortable, and you can do so much with it. So I was like, man, this is dope. So a few other guys are asking me. So Ace Hood had asked me. He was the first one, and then from there, I started just showing other guys and started making more of it for everyone else. So I started literally just doing it for me, just cause like I needed it. If something doesn't have stretch, I can't do it. I can't wear it. Like 100% wool, I can, but I have to make it a certain way. Where see, that's the part where I can sew. I give an illusion. It's literally like an illusion. I make it look like it's fitted, but one leg is actually slimmer than the other. But in reality, if you look at it, it looks the same. But it's actually one leg is bigger than the other.
That's crazy. That is, see, that's that brilliance, bro. Only brilliance can do things like that. It's like with me on a haircut. If your head is flatter on one side, I got to create an illusion and tailor this haircut to match
100%.
to make it look like it's there, but it ain't there.
That's how it is. Yeah, same thing. Like, so even for like us men, for our shoulders, like a lot of guys, it's funny because some of my guys, I'll ask like, shit, when'd you have shoulder surgery? Like, man, how'd you know? I was like, well, because one of your shoulders is sloped a little bit higher or lower than the other one. So a lot of times what ends up happening, if you hurt like your shoulder or any injury, you tend to compensate a little bit more. So after when you are healed up, a lot of times one will tend to be a little higher or lower. So I'll add something else, like maybe some little bit more of a padding to the shoulder, just to give the illusion that the shoulders are equal.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. How many flights do you have to take to? I know you work with Jarvis a lot, but how many other flights do you have to typically take to go tailor somebody else?
You mean like how many flights do I go
Like,
to
what would you
take?
say you
Like
fly a year before
a year?
COVID?
How much?
Yeah.
Before COVID, bro. I was home a month, probably 10, 12 days total a month. And that's just not like 12 days straight. It's like I'm home for 2 days, I'm gone. Home for 1 day, I'm gone. I would say, yeah. So it's a lot, bro.
And when you travel, do you have to take all this fabric with you, or do you know pretty much
Yeah.
like
So
connects
no,
everywhere?
yeah. So what I'll do is I'll speak to you beforehand, try to get a grasp of one is your price point. That narrows it down automatically. I'll know which book I'm able to take, which facts I'm going to bring. Second is what the occasion is for. I'll ask, all right, so what is this for? Where are you going? Is it for here? Is it for there? What time of the year do you need these things for? Because like, for instance, if I'm seeing you, or let's say I'm seeing Jarvis, right? Jarvis is what? October. It's October now. He's like, yo, I need a suit for December. Cool. Is it still in Cleveland, or are you going to be somewhere where it's warm? Is it still going to be cold? So that'll narrow down as well to the weight of the fabric, the colors that I'm going to bring, as well to same thing as like the event type. Is it for a wedding? Is it for a red carpet? Is it just to have?
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Siri, listening. So it all varies, but a lot of times I'll take the fabrics with me, unless it's like a whole lot. Then I'll be able to send like a little Dropbox just to give a quick idea as well to, like I sent with you, and then kind of just take it from there.
That's dope.
Or a lot of times, bro, I'll bring sometimes some guys with me to the fabric store even. Like perfect example, Michael Brocker, he played for the Rams. He's been down here to Miami a few times. I'm like, hey, bro, do you want to Jarvis? I've done it with Jarvis before too. Hey, just come with me to the fabric store. Like, I got nothing to hide. Again, they're seeing what the shit costs me. So It's not like, again, what other designer or person is going to do that? You know what I mean? So I'm not here hiding nothing. You see what this fabric cost me. This fabric alone is costing me $100-something a yard. This alone is this much. So I'm breaking it down to them as well. And they can actually see other options that I may not have shown them, that I didn't think they would have liked. That's happened before. Where I've shown rockers like a bunch of stuff, and I taken him a bunch of stuff. And then when he came down, when he was here in Miami, he came with me. There were a few things I was like, I didn't think you would like that. And I learned something as well too. So it's fun, man. And it goes back to bringing them into my world as well, making it a little bit more fun and making it feel like you actually had a part in designing something.
Yeah, making it that's that once again, that emotion, that custom piece. This is something that I picked out. Like I don't think the world realize how much people really take pride in being like, yo, I had something to do with that. Like this shirt, I picked.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And it's
That's true. It really is.
Yeah, it's amazing, man, to see how a haircut and a good outfit can change somebody's life. Like,
man, listen, I tell people all the time, bro. I say like, man, look, if you go out and you get a girl's number or something, it's not only your barbers. You need to thank your barber, but you also need to thank your tailor and or stylist at the same time. Like we had a part in that too.
yeah, that's why it's called Glam Squad, bro. Like girls ain't the only ones that got the Glam Squad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Like we said, prime example with Jarvis. I was there cutting him, and you was there cutting a suit. And it's just men don't have as much of a Glam Squad, but they got the two most important ones: that barber, they manicures, they pedicures, and then the suit tailor, the guy the guy who created
that's real.
You know what I mean? And so I've been in a lot of different scenarios, and I've seen that, where it's like that's important. But then you also look at, when I see pictures of Jarvis, it's almost like he ain't never not perfect. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like even if his haircut and his beard not right, his clothes is on point. You know what I mean? So it's like, to me, it's like guys like him take pride in really putting fabrics on their backs and representing. And then also another thing that I love about Jarvis, just in general, the dude is a great human being. Like, you know what I mean? His brother too. Like I told you, his brother will randomly text me. I'm like, yo, okay. Like I didn't expect that, but that's cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's a great family, bro. Good company.
They really are, though. They truly, really are, man. And I tell people all the time, the two people I not give everything to, but like I would, bro, if they would say, yeah, I don't want to pay for this anymore type thing, I'd be like, you know what? I'm cool with that. Because at the end of the day, I owe Jarvis and Lamar everything, because those two really helped me and put me on with a lot of things. Like even Jarvis, bro, like he'll put me in situations outside of clothes. He'll bring me to events and things of that nature to just help me as a man, as a person, to even grow the business and opportunities that I couldn't even fathom. You know what I mean? So overall, that just shows who they are and how selfless that they are as people. You know what I mean? So I tell people all the time, bro, if you ever to meet them, people be like, man, actually a few people I've actually introduced Jarvis to, man, they just be like, yo, he actually really cool. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I told you, like he really is, man. They some great people, bro. Yeah, really are though, for real.
He ain't like even a text message. If I text him, he respond, or his brother. Like it's just one of them people that, like I said, you make friendships with your clients, and then they don't no longer stay your client. They become a friend, and then from friendship you go through birthdays, and like just you start building those bonds with them. And that to me is more important than ever overpricing somebody on a haircut just because 100%. Of your status. Like I don't.
100%. Yeah, and at the end of the day, too, bro, like that helps me do my job better. The better relationship I have with my client, the better job I'm going to do. Because at that point, I know who you are. I know how you move. I know where you go. You know what I mean? I know your personality. And I'm able to bring your personality out in what you wear as well. Like I'm not going to put Jarvis in vibrant, yellow, pink stripe. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody else I might.
Oh, on the other side, might do that.
O is more out there. Likes to have a little bit more fun too. O is cool. I fuck with O because he likes to take some risks. Perfect example is the kilt. At first he was like, nah, I'm not doing that with Tom Brown. And then after a while, they were like, he was like, all right, you know, let's try it out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and he did it. He stepped out the box.
Yeah, hey man, that's all it takes. That's all it takes, you know, is for people to step outside the box sometime, because him stepping out of the box draw more attention to the team that put that together for him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
100%, yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm a fan of, is when your client will look out for you and pass your name on, because that they respect you, they respect what you got, and they understand it's business. You know what I mean?
And to me, when someone does that, if a client does that for you, I feel like that speaks even more volumes, because that shows how much trust and belief that they have within you, because now they're putting their neck out on the line as well too. You know what I mean? So if they're standing up behind you and vouching for you, I feel like that alone is something
Yeah.
that's huge.
That's true, man. Like, I've been in situations where I got called to do a magazine shoot, and just for everybody listening, magazines, just because your work is in them or on the cover, it doesn't mean you got paid a lot of money. These magazines are cheap. Like, they like, yo, we got $250 for you. You know what I mean?
Hey,
But sometimes when they call me and they like, yo, we got this opportunity for you, we could pay you $250, or we could put your name in print. Which one would you rather take? I'm taking my name in print, because that's something that's gonna always go down. Like, I'm gonna burn that. I already spent that $250, so I'd rather take the print work and say put my name on paper, because that's more work. My name on that paper is worth way more than that $250. But I think sometimes so many people get jaded by the fact that, like, oh, I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. No, the
yeah,
payment can come from another form, and just get your name on that
100%.
paper.
Oh,
You know,
100%. At the end of the day, man, your work will speak for itself. Point blank,
right,
period. Hands
right.
down.
Think about
So
it.
I'm with you on that. I really am. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
We got 2 pictures of our work together, and people don't even know it till right now after they listen to this. Jarvis
Yeah,
Landry, the ESPYs twice. What y'all talking about? You know?
yeah, that's fact. Yeah, that's real. That's real. And you know it's cool, bro. Like we be behind the scenes and we don't mind being behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that to me is cool.
Man, that's all it is for me. I'm all the popular nobody, man. I'm always behind something. I'm cool where I'm at, bro. I like living the life I live. I appreciate my life. You know
Yeah, see,
what
I'm
I
trying to
mean?
get like you.
Hey, bro, no, you don't. No, you don't. Stop
Man,
that.
you was flying way more than I was.
That was because my career of choice of education has taken me to a lot of different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But your pants was with me, you know, so you went.
As long as they made the flight, bro, that's all that matters, and you was happy with it. You
Bro,
know what I'm saying? That's
I'm gonna
all
wear
that
them
matters.
this week. Actually, I got a nice occasion coming up this week. I ain't gonna say what it is until after, because you know, you'll see it. You'll see it.
All
But I
right.
got something coming up. You understand? But man,
I'm
I ain't
ready.
gonna take too much of your time. I know you got some shit to cut.
Man, you good. I'm done for the night, bro. I'm done. I'm chilling. I'll be sewing the rest of the day tomorrow.
Hey man, I feel it. So, man, give some young, because you know this podcast is reached by many people, bro. I had somebody email me said that they client is on Forbes and they listen to the podcast and they inspired by the podcast, and they want me to interview their client about what they do, and I was like, damn, I didn't even know like my reach for the podcast was reaching people in these type of places. I'm just doing it to share the stories of people that I feel is worthy. You know what I mean? Or people
Yeah.
I fool with and say, yo, man, this is a cool ass person. Let me use my platform to help the next man's or next woman business pop too. Like that's what we supposed to do for each other. So for that young kid listening that always like to sew, always like to cut, that used to take home ec, you know what I mean? That was learning those things, that you don't have to be an athlete to be in the athletic world, or you don't have to be
Right.
super high end dude or to create fashion and to create these looks. You know, tell them what is that from you, those words from you that just like pour it out on them, bro. Like, tell them what it is, man.
Man, so it's funny though, because at the end of the day, man, you want to just portray who you want to be at the end of the day. Don't try to fall into, I feel like nowadays, man, social media has such a crazy impact, and and how people want to be portrayed or how they try to portray themselves. Key word is, bro, be yourself. At the end of the day, people will fall in love with who you are, and that will relevate into a lot of other bigger and better things. Because at the end of the day, man, when you try to be yourself, there's no better feeling, truthfully. If you want to go ahead and sew, garbage bags on hats and things, and you truly love it and you are passionate about it, bro, do it. Don't let nobody at all tell you what is cool, what is not, what's whack, what ain't. Because at the end of the day, man, you are the one who's creating it. You are the master of your own creation. And if you love it, what you love will be brought out and will be shown, period, in just all your artwork, hands down. So don't ever let nothing or nobody justify what is cool, what is not. This ain't gonna pop. This ain't. You know what I mean? Just follow what you love, man. I know people say that all the time. Follow your passion, follow what you love. But I'm doing it. I didn't think I would be in this world. Never growing up did I ever think I would be doing what I'm doing, nor did anybody else. That's why they were so shocked when it was Taylor. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? You were an athlete and whatnot. So it's funny, man. Just enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. You know what I mean? Just follow what you love, bro. I can't express that enough. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, God's gonna take you where He plans on taking you, no matter what.
Man, y'all heard it first. Chad, tell them where they can find you, big dog.
Yeah. Man, find me on the gram, Men's Fashion Miami. You can also follow the company's page, Duane and Johnson MTM. You'll be seeing a lot of masks over there as well. I've been making a lot of masks for people. So if you purchase one, I'm actually donating one as well too. I'll be turning my mask company into a nonprofit organization as well. So be on the lookout for that, into that nonprofit organization. And just be ready, man. I'm gonna be making a splash here real soon.
Man, to me, you're already making a splash, and that's why we had to sit down and have this conversation, because I don't know how much it's going to cost me later to have it after you hit the water with the camera. You understand?
Man, you good. You good. It's all love. You know that.
Hey, man, it's always that, man, and I appreciate everything you do. Keep making men smile. Pause. With what you're doing, selling that emotion, giving people a better day just by making them feel good, bro. So I always say, like the old school, you give people their roses while they still can smell them. So from me to you, brother, I appreciate your art. I appreciate what you do to the point where I have to support you, because I believe that's how relationships are built and that's how foundations are grown, is you support the people that you believe in and that you see growing. So from me to you, bro, I appreciate all that you do. Keep pushing, keep doing it, man. And the same way I bring you in, I send you out with the music, brother. Prove them wrong.
Hey, listen, appreciate you.
Yo, oh, look at him, that Miami jig. Yeah.
Hey, yeah.